Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do some special effects scar makeup for Halloween, or really anytime you want to do fake scars, like if you're in theater or something. So what we're going to start with is this rigid Collodion. This is a Collodion brand. All of my stuff is backwards, so I'll make sure and put sub captions for it. But if you are on a budget or can't find this, you can use super glue, but it doesn't work as well. And yeah, anyway, so you start with this and you want to make sure you have clean, cleansed skin. So before you start, go wash your hands or your arm or your face or whatever you're putting it on. You do not want to put it on top of makeup or oily skin or something. So anyway, the Collodion comes with a brush like nail polish, and you just want to like wipe it on your skin in a line. I'm gonna do like some wrist cutting scars just to show you guys, because I don't feel like doing it on my face. I put my makeup on. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see, but I've painted on, you can kind of see the lines. I painted on 4 lines, and that's just one layer. If you want, you can kind of stretch the skin while it dries. And it takes a second to dry, but if you stretch it, it helps give you a sunken look. Okay, so you can't really, you can kind of see them. This is a real scar I have, so I'm doing it also on my arm so you can compare, but I've got one here, one there, and one there. You can see. And you want to do a couple of layers of this stuff. So I'm just going back over it. You don't have to be perfect when you go back over it. And I guess I should note before we get too far, this stuff requires a special remover. So if you're gonna be like putting it on your face or your skin and needing it to come off, then buy the remover, because peeling it off is pretty painful and not fun. And you're not supposed to do that anyway. See how when I pull the skin, how it gets a little dent? That's because the Collodion stuff like contracts your skin together. So here it is at 2 coats. And I'm going to do a 3rd coat. You don't have to stretch the skin while it dries. I like to, because it gets like that wrinkly effect. And if you want raised scars, this tutorial is not for you. To do the raised scars, you would want latex. But if you can't afford latex, you could use Elmer's glue. And I might do a tutorial on how to use latex or Elmer's glue to do like raised scars and zombie stuff. We'll see. Okay, so there's the 3rd coat. And it's really shiny. You can't really tell on my video camera because all the light from behind is making it look not shiny. I'll take a picture real quick. So now that you've got it all shiny and gross, you want to take some makeup. Alrighty, so you want to take your concealer, and I use NYX in my skin tone, which rubbed off, but it's like the lightest one. Pale, I guess it's right there. Use whatever concealer will match the inside of your arms, but you just dab a little on your hand because you don't want to put it directly on that. And then take your concealer brush. That's what they look like on the side. And the reason I put the concealer on my right hand instead of my left hand, because I don't want to have to go and wash this arm, but you just put the concealer over it to help get rid of some of the shine, give it something sticky, and blend it out. So I did the one right here, but not the other ones yet. And you could do your scars like a pinkish color if you want, but I'm doing mine like flesh toned, more or less. If you want them to look like fresher scars, definitely pick up like some matte pinkish flesh tone stuff, but mine is all going to be straight up flesh tone. And the big part with putting the concealer over this is you need to blend it out, because the concealer is not what's going to give it the scar color at all. So there it is, all concealed. It's not shiny. You can still see where the skin is pulled in for the scars, and you can see that's my real scar I've got on my arm. So I have 4 different shades of pressed powder. I'll show them all to you. One of them is almost gone, but I've got the MAC NC5, which is the palest. Then I've got this, which is really close. It's an ivory nude. It's a little bit warmer and a little bit darker. This one looks lighter, but it's not. In real life, this one's lighter. Then I've got this medium natural color, which is darker. And then my darkest one, okay. What you want to do is take an eyeshadow brush, and I'm actually going to take like a very tiny bit of this darkest one, like really tiny, because with the dark colors a little bit goes a really long way, and just lightly press it down through the center of your scar. And like I was saying, if you want to do like pink or purple scars, you can follow the same technique using the darkest to lightest that I'm doing. Just make sure your colors are matte. Matte means it's flat, doesn't have glitter in it, doesn't shimmer, it's just a flat color. And I know you can't really see what I'm doing, so just go down through the center. So now you've got the really dark over it, and like it looks really stupid, and you can tell it's fake right now because you're gonna be doing like some mega blending. Okay, so you did your dark ass color. Wipe off the dark from your brush and take your not as dark color. And you want to put that a little bit over the top. You want a little bit of space that's like the really dark color, but you want to blend this into it. Another thing, if you don't want like the scars to be as thick as the brush that comes in it, you could use like a toothpick to do like a tiny scar. But that's with the second lightest color over it. See how the scars are a little bit bigger, but it's all blended out. And you really want to like dab it like this more than swipe it. So like if this was where I was doing the scar, I would be dabbing it like that, not wiping it. Because the texture with how shiny it is, if you wipe it, you're going to pull off all of the powder and it's going to stay really shiny. Anyway, next I'm going to take my second to lightest color and put a little bit more on the brush than I would have anything else, and just kind of blend the edges of where the rigid collodion stuff comes off. So I've done the top one but not the bottom one. See how it blends out a little bit better like it should. Because when you get a scar, like, unless it's like a really deep scar, a staple scar, then they really do blend out. The raised scars, like that are hypertrophic or keloids, don't necessarily blend, but the dented ones do. Even kind of staple scars, just not as much. So you dab the color on. Okay, that's with all of the lightest color on it. And this one, my real scar, is a little bit more purple than the scars I'm doing, but these still look pretty realistic. I mean, at first glance, if you walk past me in the mall, you'd be like, wow, that girl cut herself. She must really want some attention. She must really be depressed. Whatever. Okay, and then this skin, or this one, which is the lightest one that I use on my face, also matches the inside skin of my arm. So what you're gonna do is, I'm using this little puff thing. It's not a sponge. It's kind of like velvety. It has little tiny bristly junk in it. But just take a little bit of the powder on an edge and then put it on around and in between the scars. And you can even put some a little bit over, but you just want to pat it in. So there is your Halloween scars. Yeah! And that's it. So I know it's a quick one, but I hope you liked it. Thanks.